Hey mathematicians, let's talk about multiplying mixed numbers. So every once in a while you're going to get a problem that is a mixed number times a whole number. This could represent anything. For example, 3 kids each jumped 3.5 feet in the long jump. How far do they jump altogether? Right, something to that effect. Now there are a couple of ways you can go about multiplying this, and I'm going to show you the two most efficient ways, the two fastest ways. Okay, the first one, for lack of a better term, I really just don't have a better name for it. I'm going to call it the chunking strategy. So if we think about multiplication as 3 times 3 and then 3 times a half, we can do this problem in 2 easier steps. Okay, so let me show you what that would look like if you were going to do this chunking strategy. So we would do 3 times 3, and then we would do 3 times a half. Okay, so let's get those answers down on the page. So 3 times 3, if you know your math facts, you know that is 9, and then 3 times a half, okay, if I do a half 3 times, I get 3 halves. Okay, so the answer to 3.5 times 3 would be 9 3/2. All we'd need to do is simplify it. So I know that this right here is really 2 halves plus 1 half. Okay, so this little guy right here would get to move into the big leagues and join the 9. So my new answer would be 10 and a half. Okay, so that's the chunking strategy. You do whole number times whole number plus whole number times fraction. That keeps it really simple, really clean, and makes sure you don't forget anything. The other option builds on something that you already know how to do, which is a great reason to use it. You know, we learn how to do certain skills, so we want to use them as frequently as we can. Our second option is to change our mixed number into an improper fraction. So we have that strategy where we do 2 times 3 is 6, add 1 is 7, so 3.5 becomes 7 halves, and then we can multiply it by 3 over 1. Okay, and we have a video about turning 3 into 3 over 1 if you want to go check it out. And this would give me, oops, there we go. This would give me 21 halves. Okay, I could do my tie the bow strategy to simplify that. And when I do, it should give me 10.5, just like I did before. 2 goes into 1 0 times. 0 times 2 is 0. We subtract and get 1, and we get 10 and 1/2. So either way, you get the same answer. The chunking strategy lets you work with smaller numbers. You're probably not going to have to do this tie the bow strategy to simplify because, you know, we got 3 halves the last time. That one's one we simplify in class a lot, so you probably just know it. The great thing about this strategy that I just showed you is that it's a skill you already know how to do. So pick whichever one you like the best to multiply mixed numbers.